It counts today.
It's right, because it's a long day.
Absolutely. It is a very long day out there. In fact, it's the summer solstice, and it is kicking in at 3:51 a.m. So the length of daylight today, 14 hours and 26 minutes. This is the longest day of the year. We are going to get lots of sunshine. In fact, we're going to see temperatures warming to above average today. In downtown Los Angeles, we could actually see temperatures topping out maybe about 6 degrees above what we should typically be seeing around this time of year. So our current temperatures right now, 66 degrees for Los Angeles, LAX about 67. We're starting to warm it up in Riverside and Van Nuys into the upper 60s. Fullerton about 69 degrees as well. So we're closing in on that 70-degree mark, about 62 degrees for Oxnard. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll have your full forecast, and I'll let you know what the entire weekend looks like. Amy?
All right. Thanks, Louisa. This morning, more volunteers are joining the search for a firefighter missing for 8 days now in Ventura County. Michael Herdman is somewhere in the Sespe wilderness of Los Padres National Forest, north of Fillmore. KCAL-9's Joy Benedict joins us live from the base of the mountain. And Joy, we understand searchers are hoping Herdman's dog can help lead them to him.
They really are. Herdman's dog, Duke, was traveling with him on this 4-day trek through the Sespe Wilderness area when he went missing, chasing after that dog late Friday night. And now they are hoping by capturing that dog, who they've seen now for the last couple of days, that will then lead them to Mike Herdman. Well, this is, of course, the man that we are looking for. His name is Mike Herdman. He is 36 years old. He is a firefighter in Arcadia, a 7-year veteran of the fire department, a husband and a father, and he has been missing since late last Friday night, more than a week ago. Now, investigators say right now they are hoping simply to find him, but they do realize that things are not looking good as far as him being healthy. They first spotted his dog, Duke, on Wednesday. They saw him again on Thursday. They set a trap last night, and we're still waiting to see if Duke was captured inside that humane trap there in the Sespe Wilderness. But they say since they haven't seen Mike Herdman or any signs of him or him leaving any signs for them these last few days, the fear right now is that he is injured.
As we continue this, the assumption is that he must be in a position where he can't signal us or get to us. We're still hoping for the best, but you know, as the days go on, you know, we have to look at the possibility that he is injured, or you know, there's reality to that. You can only stay out in the wilderness so long, and you know, maintain your physical well-being and mental well-being.
Now, this is the 6th day that they have searchers out here, and this is the biggest group they've had so far. 75 members of search and rescue teams from all over Southern California are going to be in the Sespe Wilderness. They are in the process of choppering them out to that location where they saw his footprints earlier in the week, where they saw Duke. They've sort of got the whole area mapped out, places they haven't searched yet. So they are hopeful, one, that they will capture Duke today, and then also that, of course, they will find Mike Herdman. But the big possibility is just how long this search can go on, but they say there's no talk yet of ending it, at least not today and at least not tomorrow. Reporting live from outside Fillmore, Joy Benedict, KCAL-9 News.
All right, thank you, Joy. Police are looking for a driver who crashed into an Anaheim apartment building and then just took off. It happened at the intersection of Beacon Avenue and Falcon Street at about 9 last night. The SUV went through a brick wall and then into a backyard. Police say witnesses told them the driver took a baby out of the back seat and then ran away. Police say the building itself wasn't damaged. Unfortunately, no one was hurt. A killer is on the loose after stabbing a man to death in South Whittier. A news photographer reports the attack happened inside the El Toro Loco Meat Market on Carmenita Road. Deputies found the man lying on the curb when they arrived around 7:30 last night. Paramedics rushed the victim to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Deputies are looking for the attacker. 2 people are recovering in the hospital after surviving a plane crash. Their small plane ran into power lines in Agua Dulce. That's some 25 miles southwest of Palmdale. As KCAL-9's Randy Page reports, witnesses risked their lives to pluck the victims to safety.
One look at the condition of this small Cessna shows how lucky the two occupants are to be alive. We spoke by phone to John and Paula DeVos, who took these photos. They were the first to arrive at the crash site. Paula DeVos told us her heart broke when she saw the passenger in the plane hanging upside down, tethered to her harness with a deep gash in her forehead. The pilot's legs were wedged underneath the dashboard of the single-engine plane. Paula and John DeVos tell us a neighbor who was a nurse helped them get the two out of the plane as they stepped over power lines and watched gasoline pouring from the wreckage. They say the pilot was able to tell them he's 29 years old. He seemed to lapse in and out of consciousness. The young woman who was in the passenger seat appeared to be in her mid-20s and was unconscious. The two were taken by medevac helicopter to Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. Fire officials say the plane hit a power line before it crashed in the high desert near Agua Dulce. LA County Fire says the two were transported in serious condition. John and Paula DeVos tell us when they first looked into the cockpit, the cabin was so crushed they could hardly believe anyone inside could still be alive.
In Valencia, Randy Page, KCAL-9 News.
A private memorial service will be held today for radio legend Casey Kasem. His children, Carrie, Mike, and Julie, are arranging today's service. Now, they aren't publicly saying where it will happen, but we are told it will be in the LA area. Kasem died last Sunday in Washington after a long illness. He was 82. Hundreds of children from Central America are illegally crossing into the U.S. every week, and some blame President Obama for creating the problem. Now the White House is taking steps to stop the flood of young migrants from south of the border. KCAL-9 political reporter Dave Bryan explains.
Along the Rio Grande in Texas, the federal border patrol officers round up about 1,400 illegal immigrants crossing into the U.S. each day, many of them children crossing alone. Now the Obama administration has announced a plan to speed up the processing of those immigrants by bringing in more immigration officers and judges on an emergency basis, speeding up the process for deporting those who aren't eligible for asylum, and expanding the detention facilities for those who are waiting to find out what will happen to them.
Showing up at the border illegally is not a ticket into this country.
The numbers are staggering, especially among children who are crossing the border without their parents. In the 2013 fiscal year, there were just under 25,000 lone children being held in immigration detention facilities after crossing into the U.S. without documents. In the current fiscal year, which still has a few more days to go, that number is pushing toward 50,000. Some local law enforcement agencies say they're pushing the envelope to the limit.
The local sheriffs within our region are so maxed out in our efforts that we're not going to be able to sustain this much longer.
One of the detention facilities for children is in Port Hueneme in Ventura County, where these photos were taken. But while this facility looks okay, these shots were of a very crowded detention facility taken by a Texas congressman. In Los Angeles, 24-year-old Jennifer Soto told us she crossed the border by herself when she was 13 years old in 2003 because she was fleeing gang violence in Central America.
I had to leave because I was kidnapped by the gangs in Honduras from La Mara MS, and I was forced to leave my mom and my brothers behind.
Critics charge the Obama administration's failed border security and immigration policies are to blame for the mess.
This is a self-induced crisis, that the people who are coming are responding to the very, very clear signals that this administration has been sending. They have essentially sent the signal that if you show up with kids, if you're an unaccompanied minor, we're going to admit you, you're going to get to stay.
But at the Catholic Charities legal offices in L.A., Erica Panjero, who oversees lawyers who represent children in immigration detention, says that's not what the kids are telling them.
Not a single child that we've interviewed, of the almost 1,000 interviews we've done this year, not a single child has mentioned a U.S. immigration policy as an impetus for leaving their country.
But this could be another setback for those who favor immigration reform, because it focuses the country's attention on the holes in border security and what is it that's attracting undocumented immigrants, rather than trying to incorporate those who are already here into mainstream American society. Reporting from the newsroom, Dave Bryan, KCAL-9 News.
And a quick note, our team of political analysts will return next Saturday morning. All this morning, we are bringing you special coverage of Stephanie's Day. Record rain soaks Brazil, the sinkhole threatening a community near one of the World Cup stadiums. And pets severely injured after a grooming appointment. You've heard about the horror stories in the past. Find out why they are still so many pets being injured.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Siegel. So excited we are here right on the CBS Studio Cities lot. So excited for Stephanie's Day. I have got my little fan with a map of more than 60 organizations that will be here. Just take a look behind me. The setup has begun. We'll have more in just a minute.
KCAL-9 News is sponsored by Time Warner Cable. More shows on more screens. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Well, how was school today?
Good.
Hey, sweetie, did you spend all of your lunch money?
No, Dad.
Oh.
What's going on?
We're saving up to break our contract someday.
With a Time Warner Cable bundle, there are no HD fees and no data cap. Plus, there's no long-term contract to sign, and they can help with your early termination fee.
Sounds good to me.
You make the call. Choose better.
Call today to get a bundle starting at $79.99 a month. Get HBO and Cinemax free for 3 months. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Hi, we're the Pearsons, and we love Chex cereal. So we made our own commercial to tell you why. First, Chex makes lots of gluten-free flavors, which is a huge thing for us. And there's 7 to choose from, like cinnamon, honey nut, and chocolate. I tell them you guys are going to turn into chocolate Chex. I like cinnamon. Greg is a honey nut nut. When you find something this good, you want to spread the word.
We're the Pearsons, and we love Chex!
If you want a German-engineered compact sedan that's fun, fuel-efficient, and affordable, there's only the Volkswagen Jetta, like this one, 36 Highway MPG. Well, except the 42 Highway MPG Jetta TDI Clean Diesel. Oh, right, and the 48 Highway MPG Jetta Hybrid. And if you want all that variety in another compact sedan, there's... nothing.
Right now, get a great deal on all Jetta models like the 2014 Jetta S for $159 a month.
Let me ask you a question. If you've had chickenpox, what do you think the odds are of getting shingles?
1 in 3 people will get shingles in their lifetime.
Those odds are high enough.
Talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
Want to trade your worthless lumpy old mattress for cash? Then don't miss Sit and Sleep's trade-in sale, where you can trade in your old mattress for cash towards the purchase of a new Beauty Rest, Sealy, Serta, Sherwood, Heirloom, or Octaspring. Plus, with your good credit, pay no interest for 1 full year. Get a free bed frame and free local delivery.
You're killing me, Larry!
So trade in sleepless nights for sleeping like a baby during Sit and Sleep's trade-in sale.
Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price, so your mattress is free!
What in the world?
Hey, Tommy, what kind of toilet paper does your mom buy?
Quilted Northern Ultra Plush.
Ah, Quilted Northern, a silky clean you just can't resist.
There's one place in L.A. guaranteed to make you look and feel half your age.
Is it me or is it getting hot in here?
The Doctors.
Is he really a doctor? He's too good looking.
Cutting-edge procedures, diets that actually work.
I've lost 130 pounds.
And tips to have you looking and feeling like a star.
Fantastic.
So make your appointment for an hour a day, the Doctor's way.
We're going to cover it all.
Watch The Doctors weekday mornings at 11 on KCAL-9.
Many families in our area are dealing with children with special needs, including autism. And this morning, Stephanie's Day is being held right here on our television lot. It's an event showcasing some of the best resources available in our area. KCAL-9's Lisa Siegel has the story of a Pasadena organization working to shatter limitations. Lisa?
They sure are. They are just one of more than 50 organizations that will be here today. I have my little fan in case it gets hot, and they've got all the names of the organizations that are on there. Behind me, some of the booths that will be set up, and over here they are already getting set up. This will be one of the biggest areas for kids with tennis and basketball and a gym. We'll tell you more about that in just a minute. But first, I want you to take a look at last year. It's a day of celebration at Stephanie's Day, a day named after this young lady, Stephanie Malden, the daughter of KCAL-9 and CBS2 President and General Manager Steve Malden. Remember, this is all about helping families in our area dealing with autism and other special needs get the resources and connections connections they need. More than 50 organizations will be here offering information, programs, job training, and so many fun ideas to make your child's life better. We expect thousands to join us for this celebration. You know what? There is so much fun, entertainment. You don't want to miss it. And all the organizations, as I said, are in one place. You know, one of them we visited already is Villa Esperanza, where we visited them just before prom.
So you can get your makeup on.
Simone Baskin is getting ready for her high school prom. Makeup, dress, and smile.
Are you excited?
Yeah. She's the queen of many hearts. Her dance card will be quite full.
People want to dance with you.
Simple acts like asking someone to dance, describing a dress,
blue and purple.
Just being social are actually huge milestones. Simone has intellectual disabilities. Like all of these young adults with special needs, she may have fallen through the cracks if it weren't for Villa Esperanza's services. It's the same for Tony Mercurio.
What Villa's done with him is a miracle.
His mom, Mary, says he was diagnosed with autism at 3.5. Tony is now 18 and has spent the last 9 years learning and growing in a school that celebrates ability, not disability.
May I take your order?
He's reading, he's writing, he's doing math on a 3rd grade level, and he can socialize.
Tony is learning job training skills, working in the school store, side by side with a young man who has a different way of speaking.
Thank you for shopping at the campus store.
The majority of our students can't speak, and so we have to come up with different ways for these students that can't speak to communicate.
My dress is long. It is blue and purple.
Speech and music therapist Gwendolyn Myers says here they find tools to make all voices heard.
What did you have for breakfast?
Cereal.
A lot of our students have quite a bit to say if we only give them the opportunity and the means to do so.
We tailor and individualize to the person's needs and to really capitalize on their capabilities and really promote their independence.
Villa Esperanza is for all ages, providing not only education but housing and jobs. Tony and so many others are thriving here. And look at Simone.
It's the prom. It's the prom. And every high school should have a prom.
Yes, the music, the dancing, the smiles. High school prom is a special time. But for these students, it's extra special. For them, just getting to the party took a little more effort, a little more patience, and a lot of faith. Such a special program. So here's all the information you need to know about Stephanie's Day. It begins at 10 and goes until 2 today. It's right here on the CBS Studios lot in Studio City. Admission and parking are free. Now, for all the details, all you have to do is go to KCAL9.com and click on Stephanie's Day. And right now, I've got my AYSO soccer ball, and behind me, they say everyone plays. That's their quote. And take a look at this. We've got Acing Autism, an amazing tennis program, and We Rock the Spectrum, an all-inclusive gym. This is a great place for your kids to come and play. And parents, you will learn so much, so many valuable resources. We cannot wait to meet you. Back to you, Amy.
All right, thank you. That's KCAL9's Lisa Siegel, and we will see you a little bit later in the show. And the folks out there today are going to have perfect weather.
Oh, yeah. Lisa Siegel had her fan out ready just in case it gets hot. Yeah, it's going to be hot today. Yes, that is for sure. For the first day of summer, we're going to feel the heat. It's going to warm up above average, maybe even a little bit above yesterday's temperatures. You can see this shot right now along the coast, and we're actually starting to clear out. A lot of that marine layer is actually lifted, bringing us blue skies in many locations, and we're actually going to continue with that. Really, the only place we've been seeing fog and low clouds this morning is the coast, so kind of stuck to those locations. But again, this is the first day of summer solstice. So what that means is that the Earth's axial tilt is actually closest to the sun. It is the highest sun position in the sky. So this is the longest day all year, 14 hours and 26 minutes of daylight, and summer officially kicked in at 3:51 this morning. Right now, temperatures are starting to warm up. We're getting into the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s in some spots in some of the desert locations. About 65 degrees in Long Beach right now, about a couple degrees warmer than that in Santa Monica, 69 degrees in downtown Los Angeles. We're already in the 70s for Pasadena, San Bernardino, and into Riverside, and about 88 in Palm Springs. So today, downtown downtown Los Angeles should bring us 85 for a high. That's 6 degrees above what we should typically be seeing around this time of year. First day of summer will bring us sunny, warm weather, maybe a few scattered clouds out there. The coastal fog, again, just kind of staying to those coastal communities, but we could get a little bit of breeze up into the mountains and the desert areas. So we have a high pressure system just kind of sitting over Southern California. It's going to continue to stay that way throughout the day today. We're going to see some changes in the forecast tomorrow, bringing temperatures down a little bit. The fog, again, just sticking to that coastline. But for the most part, what we're seeing today is a whole lot of sunshine for most locations, just marking that first day of summer. So here's a look at your high temperatures for today. We could see triple digits in Palm Springs today. 90s for much of the Inland Empire, about 83 degrees in through Irvine, 82 degrees in Anaheim, and in Northridge today, we're going to get up to about 95 degrees. It's going to feel sweltering in some of those Inland Valley locations. Here's your 5-day forecast showing you an abundance of sunshine over your Saturday and your Sunday. Sunday could bring us slightly cooler temperatures, especially for the metro areas and the valleys, but still looking pretty nice. And we're going to stay with that pattern of 70s for the beaches, 80s in the metro area, and 90s for the valleys. Amy?
All right. Thanks, Louisa. Coming up, pet severely injured after a grooming appointment. You've heard about the horror stories in the past. Find out why there are still so many injuries. Consumer Watch is next. And at your service, the hotel and spa offering delivery via drone.
We're on the hunt for a yard sale.
Time for another random act of helpfulness.
How much for this?
I don't know, 50 cents?
Would you take $2,000 for everything?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm from Honda. It's my job to be helpful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Today we help someone with her yard sale. And we can help you too, with a great deal on the 2014 Accord LX. You can lease one for just $199 a month plus tax, and the Accord's been voted a Car and Driver 10 Best a record 28 times.
Hey, I'm from Honda. Got some stuff for you.
We all want to be in touch, to stay connected, to be connected. AT&T U-verse high-speed internet makes getting connected fast and easy, with reliable service and the speed you need.
Call and switch to AT&T now to get the fastest internet for their price. Just $14.95 a month, a guaranteed price for 12 months. On our newly expanded advanced digital network, you'll enjoy more connectivity, more reliability, and more speed options.
The Wi-Fi gateway turns your home into a private Wi-Fi hotspot. You can connect all your Wi-Fi enabled devices at home and save on your mobile data usage. So why wait?
Call AT&T now and switch to U-verse high-speed internet for just $14.95 a month, a guaranteed price for 12 months. Plus, access our entire national Wi-Fi hotspot network at no extra charge.
You can count on AT&T to keep you connected to your world.
Make the most of your weekend before it's gone. Be a weekender and book your stay at Hampton.
I had no idea I had shingles. There was like an eruption on my skin and burning. I'd lift my arm and the pain back here was excruciating. When I went to the doctor, his first question was, did you have chicken pox?
If you had chicken pox, the shingles virus is already inside you. 1 in 3 people will get shingles in their lifetime.
I thought it was something that, old people got.
Talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
The largest giant RV show in America is back at the Fairplex in Pomona. Over 75 new and pre-owned RVs are all in one show. Massive discounts on travel trailers, motorhomes, toy haulers, and diesel pushers straight from the factory. Don't miss the largest giant RV show in America at the Fairplex in Pomona.
We are getting some breaking news right now from Seattle. Soccer star Hope Solo has been arrested in a case of domestic violence. She was arrested overnight in Kirkland, Washington. The Seattle Times reports Solo is accused of hitting her sister and her nephew. Police say the 32-year-old goalkeeper for the USA soccer team got into an argument with relatives during a family gathering last night. We'll have more on this later on KCAL9.com and tonight on KCAL9 News. Pet grooming is big business, and there are plenty of complaints to go around. You'll hear horror stories about big box pet stores along with independent mom and pops. KCAL9 Consumer Watch reporter Julie Watts finds out there are no consistent standards in the pet grooming industry.
he was in a lot of pain.
Lauren Robertson knew there was something wrong when she picked up her dog Jiro from his grooming appointment at Petco.
It looked like he was walking around on 3 legs.
A trip to the vet confirmed the 6-year-old corgi suffered torn ligaments in his left knee.
How does a perfectly healthy dog, like my best friend, go there under their care for 5.5 hours and come back unable to walk?
And she's not alone.
She said he didn't cry. He never cried or anything.
That was the response Roz Hartman says she got from a different Petco groomer last month when she discovered her Joey couldn't walk after his groom.
She said, well, he didn't want to stand up during the grooming, so I had to really pull his legs. I said, you pulled his legs? She goes, yeah, I had to really pull them to, do the cutting and whatever.
Joey's dislocated hip cost Hartman nearly $7,000 in surgery and vet bills.
I think you should be concerned about your dog's safety.
Checkbook.org's Kevin Brassler says consumer groomer surveys often reveal complaints about rough treatment of dogs. He says no matter how much training a groomer has, your pet's safety largely depends on the temperament of both your pooch and the groomer. Which is why Checkbook suggests you insist on watching, especially on the first trip to any new groomer.
And so if you found a groomer that really works well with you and is gentle, and your dog's comfortable with that person, make sure you request that groomer if you all can.
Currently, groomers are not regulated by the state. A Senate bill that would have done that was killed in the Assembly in 2012.
This is his injured leg.
As for Jiro and Joey, Petco will only say it's come to a resolution with the pet parents. But Jiro's mom says they won't be cutting his next mohawk.
I think I'm going to groom him myself.
Petco says it takes reports of injuries very seriously and cites a certification program that includes more than 12 weeks of both safety and grooming training. It won't specify if Jiro and Joey's groomers are still working for the company, but it will be covering their vet bills. Julie Watts, KCAL-9 News.
Coming up next, he caught the fish worth $50,000, but a local teen will not be collecting the prize money. And a stolen necklace is causing a lot of pain for a local family. We're going to explain the unusual reason why the necklace was so special. That's ahead in our Weekend Review. And a massive sinkhole near a World Cup stadium continues to grow.
The answer to treating your dog's fleas and ticks is staring you right in the face. NexGard from the makers of Frontline Plus. It's the only soft beef-flavored chew that kills both fleas and ticks. Vets recommend it, and dogs, well, they're begging for it. NexGard is for dogs only and hasn't been evaluated for use in pregnant, breeding, or lactating dogs. Reported side effects include vomiting, dry, flaky skin, diarrhea, lethargy, and lack of appetite. Used with caution in dogs with a history of seizures. Recommended by vets, loved by dogs. From the makers of Frontline Plus.
Everything your mouth does in a day is building up layer upon layer of bacteria. And to destroy those layers, you need Listerine. Its unique formula penetrates these layers deeper than other mouthwashes, killing bacteria all the way down to the bottom layer. So for a cleaner, healthier mouth, go with #1 dentist recommended Listerine. Power to your mouth. Also, try new Listerine Naturals, the only mouthwash that combines the power of Listerine with naturally sourced ingredients.
You have auto insurance? I have no insurance. Why don't you have auto insurance? Because insurance is too expensive.
Get freeway insurance as low as $15 a month. It doesn't matter if you have tickets, accidents, or DUI. Auto insurance as low as $15 a month.
They saved me hundreds of dollars.
Call now, 800-219-2790. That's 800-219-2790. Freeway, get that thing you're speeding on.
SeaWorld's newest attraction, Explorers Reef, is now open. At Explorers Reef, you don't just visit the sea, you feel it, you experience it, you're one with it. Friendly sharks, gentle rays, playful crabs, and curious fish in touch pools, all inviting you to join their undersea world. It's a hands-on experience you'll never forget. You could win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld. Enter now at cbsla.com. Sponsored by SeaWorld, celebrating 50 years with a sea of surprises.
There's nothing like the 2014 Nissan Sentra. It's sure to keep you and your friends moving and connected. Yeah, life at the top is pretty good. Choose the 40 mpg Highway Nissan Sentra. Lease for just $149 per month. It's a great choice. Nissan, innovation that excites. Shop at choosenissan.com.
KCAL 9 News is sponsored by Nissan. Choose Nissan today. Shop at choosenissan.com.
Live from the Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is KCAL 9 News at 8 a.m. Live, local, late breaking.
Welcome back to KCAL 9 News at 8:29 this morning. You're looking at a shot along the coast, and you can see a lot of that marine layer clearing out, leaving us with a whole lot of sunshine. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Louisa Hodge.
And I'm Amy Johnson. Lots of sunshine, lots of warm temperatures for this first day of summer.
Absolutely. It's certainly going to feel like summer today, the longest day of the year. Here's a look at your visible satellite picture. And you saw that shot of Santa Monica where it was clear, and those are the locations we're actually noticing that marine layer kind of thinning out, moving out. But places like Long Beach still kind of hanging on to a little bit of low cloud cover this morning. As we head into the afternoon, we are going to see lots of sunshine out there. 85 degrees for downtown Los Angeles. That's about 6 degrees above what we should typically see around this time of year. Overnight, we'll dip down into the low 60s, and by tomorrow, we will notice a bit of a cool down. So we're going to come in right around 80 degrees. So pretty comfortable tomorrow as well, kind of getting a nice little cool down from these warm temperatures today. Right now, current temperature 67 for Los Angeles. We're still sitting in the 60s for most locations, 68 degrees in LAX, Riverside, and Van Nuys into the upper 60s. Same for Fullerton, and about 62 for Oxnard. Coming up, we'll have a full look at your forecast and give you an idea of the entire weekend.
All right, thanks, Louisa. This morning, more volunteers are joining the search for a firefighter missing for 8 days now in Ventura County. Michael Herdman is somewhere in the Sespe Wilderness of Los Padres National Forest, north of Fillmore, and KCAL 9's Joy Benedict reports from the base of the mountain for us.
Amy, the search now continues for the 6th day as they are looking for Mike Herdman, the 36-year-old firefighter, husband and father who has now been missing for more than a week. Mike Herdman was last seen late Friday night. He'd been on the middle of a 4-day backpacking excursion through the Sespe Wilderness area with a fellow firefighter from the Arcadia Fire Department. They say it was late Friday night after dark when Herdman's dog Duke ran off into the wilderness. Herdman went after him. He's barefoot. He's only in a pair of shorts and a T-shirt, and that was the last time he was seen. It took his friend 2 days for himself to get out of the wilderness to locate authorities. Sunday afternoon, that Herdman was in fact missing, and that's when the search began on Monday. Since then, we've seen 50 or so search and rescue members up there in the wilderness each and every day looking for Herdman, but it hasn't been easy on them either. In all, we've had 4 searchers injured. We had one with a sprained ankle on Wednesday. Thursday, 2 were taken out with heat exhaustion. And then also on Thursday, we had a local firefighter who's a member of the Ventura County Search and Rescue Team, the Assistant Fire Chief Bill Herrera, who was bit by a rattlesnake. He is in intensive care still this morning.
It's perfect snake habitat. The rattlesnakes, they've got water and they've got nice hot rocks to lay on and sun themselves. So our crews have seen a lot of rattlesnakes, which are very common in the Sespe Wilderness. Unfortunately, they have to go in areas and search to make sure they've cleared it, to make sure Mike's not there, right? So as they're going boulder to boulder, tree to tree, they're poking around in rattlesnake territory.
Right now, they are still in the process of getting these 75 members of area search and rescue teams back out into the wilderness by helicopter. They will be out there all day if necessary. But the hope today is to, 1, find Herdman's dog Duke, and then also, of course, to find Mike Herdman himself. From the Sespe Wilderness area, Joy Benedict, KCAL 9 News.
Well, there are new details this morning in the shooting death of a woman that happened last Monday morning. Pomona police say they caught up with their prime suspect last night. The suspect spotted them and he ran off. Officers chased him, and they say that's when the man shot himself in the head. He was rushed to a hospital in critical condition. He died there just after 11 last night. Also this morning, the coroner has released the name of the woman who was killed on Monday. She's 37-year-old Eloisa Lara of Claremont. Santa Ana police officers say they were assaulted by a man armed with a slingshot. They say 37-year-old Hector Perez used the weapon to fire glass marbles at officers conducting a traffic stop on West 1st Street last night. No one was hurt, but the marbles shattered the rear window of the patrol car. Thanks to the help of a sheriff's helicopter with infrared technology, they were able to find Perez and 2 others that were hiding in a nearby shed.
Without the helicopter, we may have never found this guy.
Now, after reviewing in-flight video, officials determined Perez was in fact the shooter. He was taken into custody on charges of assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer and vandalism. Record rain is causing a sinkhole near a World Cup stadium to widen. People's homes, furniture, and even a car have tumbled into the sinkhole located in the village of Natal. There are about 150 families that have been affected. So far, everyone's been evacuated to nearby schools while authorities assess the damage. The massive sinkhole is about several feet away from high-rise buildings and just a few miles from one of the stadiums hosting World Cup matches. An unlikely visitor. What happened when a man found an owl in his house?
And I'm Lisa Siegel, right here on the CBS Studios lot in Studio CD, and you are all invited to come here in just a little bit. So many special programs and resources you can learn about. It's Stephanie's Day, a very special day for very special families. We'll tell you more coming back.
When I first arrived at Explorers Reef, I didn't know what to expect. But then what happened was amazing. With the ocean at my fingertips and all the animals coming to say hello, I felt like the king of the sea.
Step beneath the waves and connect hands in with amazing sea animals at the all-new Explorers Reef and dive into our 50th celebration that's full of surprises, including a $50 weekday ticket. Available online only.
Oh, how was school today? Good.
Hey, sweetie, did you spend all of your lunch money?
No, Dad.
What's going on?
We're saving up to break our contract someday.
With a Time Warner Cable bundle, there are no HD fees and no data cap. Plus, there's no long-term contract to sign, and they can help with your early termination fee.
Sounds good to me.
You make the call. Choose better.
Call today to get a bundle starting at $79.99 a month. Get HBO and Cinemax free for 3 months. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Okay, buddy, what's your favorite kind of Cheerios?
Honey Nut. But chocolate is my other favorite. But apple cinnamon is my favorite too. And fruity. Oh yeah, and frosted.
Okay, but what's your most favorite of all?
The kind I have with you.
Me too.
Thank you, Daddy, for defending our country.
Thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for your bravery.
Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, Daddy.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance can be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
This is Lydia's new Honda Civic EXL. It comes with tons of cool, standard features, like touchscreen display audio. And it's the only compact car with lane watch to help her keep an eye on most everything in her blind spot. Start something special now with the Civic, the best-selling car in its class. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
All this week, KCAL-9 has been gearing up for a very special event happening this morning. It's Stephanie's Day, a resource fair for families who have children with special needs. KCAL-9's Lisa Siegel is live from our Studio City lot with more about this important event. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Amy, once again, and what a beautiful day it is. We're going to thank Louisa for all this beautiful sunshine. It is gorgeous. Now take a look behind me because the booths are already getting set up. Head Start State Preschool. Right now we have Autism Live, and over here we have the Special Needs Network. People setting up and ready to give information. Now more than 50 organizations will be here offering information, programs, job training, and fun ideas to make your child's life better. We do expect thousands to join us for this celebration. There is a lot of fun, entertainment. You don't want to miss it. And all the organizations are in one place. It is just a great place to be. And no one knows that better than this man who is right by me. This is Ernie from Exceptional Minds. You know what? We love having you here every year. Thank you.
I love being here, Lisa. This is a great event.
It really is fun. Tell us about Exceptional Minds.
You know, we're a program for young adults on the autism spectrum. We teach them the skills that they're going to need to work in the movie industry. In fact, we just worked on a great film, American Hustle, and we've got several more in the queue.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one, and I've met these kids. They're learning jobs and job training, and they are getting jobs. What's so special about Stephanie's Day?
Well, it's an amazing opportunity to come down and see all these great programs that are really making a difference in the world, and a program that just might fit someone out there.
And you know what? Your program fits a lot of kids, so thank you for what you're doing. Okay, you know what? We want to tell you all the things you need to know. So here's the information. Stephanie's Day begins pretty soon at 10 o'clock, 10 to 2, right here on the CBS Studio City's lot in Studio City. Admission and parking are free. For all the details, all you have to do is go to KCAL9.com and click on Stephanie's Day. And I just want to show you what's happening behind me because it's so much fun. We've got AYSO Soccer, where they say dreams become reality. Over here, we've got Acing Autism, where your kids can learn tennis and get involved in an amazing program. And if you haven't heard of We Rock the Spectrum Kids Gym, you want to, an all-inclusive gym that may be perfect for your child. So many resources, so much fun, a huge celebration, and I hope you can come down, get a big hug from Stephanie, who's the inspiration for this day, and meet some of us. Back to you, Amy.
All right, thank you, Lisa. And that's KCAL9's Lisa Siegel reporting live from our Studio City lot, and a lot of fun out there today. Well, LA's Mayor Eric Garcetti swears up a storm reaction to his colorful language while talking about the Kings. That's next in our Week in Review. Intimidating intruder, the man who calls himself the Owl Whisperer, and how he eventually removed this unwanted house guest. And a new price for luxury, the high-tech delivery service offered at one hotel.
Kohl's is your summer destination for family fun in the sun. Stop in late Friday and early Saturday to find swimwear that's sure to make a splash. New sandals at big savings that'll have you wiggling your toes. And styling shades to cut the summer rays. Find a cool beach towel to complement that new suit and pack it all up in a cute Candies tote. Better yet, you'll be earning Kohl's cash. Come in this weekend and make Kohl's your destination for big summer savings. Find your yes. Kohl's.
Honey?
Bunches of oats.
It's got grains, which I like. I like the little bunches of oats.
What I like is actually the flakes.
It's got crunch, which I love.
It's really good.
Honey bunches of oats.
Yay.
With AT&T, you call the shots. Only pay for the services you need in your bundle.
Call now to choose any bundle, like internet for $15 and home phone for $20 per month. Or start with Uber's high-speed internet and add the other services you want to get the bundle you need.
With Uber's high-speed internet, you'll get the speed you need at a price you'll love. Get wireless service and home high-speed internet with a Wi-Fi gateway to connect all your Wi-Fi devices. And save on your mobile data usage at home. Add Uverse TV, and on most plans, you'll get a total home DVR included for life.
So call now to choose any bundle, like internet for $15 and home phone for $20 per month. Why wait? Ask about our next day installation.
Go ahead, call the shots, and only pay for the services you need in your bundle. With AT&T, it's whatever works for you.
Carrie the Sparkle Fairy here. Are you about to spend that on paper towels?
Well, I use Bounty.
Use Sparkle. It's just right for cleaning up everyday little messes without cleaning out your piggy bank. Sparkle, the bright way to clean.
Next Queen is all fun and brains with Mary Lou Henner.
We've met a few times before. January the 18th. It was a Saturday. You had a white blouse on. It's like She remembers it perfectly.
And
an amazing math magician performs mind-bending magic with math. Oh, say that 5 times fast. Year 1944, July 19th. Was that a Wednesday? Oh, my goodness.
plus Salem's Shane West. All new Queen Latifah.
Monday at 7 on KCAL-TV.
Well, the fish didn't get away, but his $50,000 prize sure did. A Thousand Oaks teenager reeled in the right fish 11 days too late. 13-year-old Kenny Tanaka hooked a tagged trout worth all that money on Big Bear Lake Thursday. Now, unfortunately, the Fishin for 50K Trout Derby ended June 8th. Tanaka did get several consolation prizes, including Action Segway Tours and waterside passes to Magic Mountain. And what a disappointment.
I know, but he's got the picture.
He's got the picture and all those little consolation prizes.
Yeah.
$50,000.
That's kind of a big loss.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's actually a really good day for fishing today, or pretty much anything you want to do outside. Take a look at this beautiful shot. I love shots like this where you kind of see the blue sky and then you also see the clouds as well mixed in here. Just a beautiful shot up in the high country there. And so we are dealing with some high clouds out there, also a little bit of coastal fog, more in the South Bay areas. And we're starting to see that marine layer really lift pretty quickly, and it's really contained to the coastline. But today, we are certainly going to notice a warm-up. Temperatures above average for this time of year, and that is because it is the first day of summer. So the summer solstice, when the Earth's axial tilt is closest to the sun, the highest sun position in the sky. This is the longest day all year, 14 hours and 26 minutes of daylight today. And summer officially started at 3:51 this morning. Here's a look at your current temperatures right now. We're starting to warm up there, getting up to 70 degrees in Los Angeles, about 71 degrees in Anaheim. We're up into the upper 70s for Riverside, 80 degrees in San Bernardino right now into the afternoon. Downtown Los Angeles should peak at about 85. So we are 6 degrees above what we should typically be seeing around this time of year. Summer is going to bring us sunny, warm conditions, a few scattered clouds like you saw in that shot over the mountains, and the mountains could actually see a little bit of breeze as well as the desert areas. The fog, though, really just contained to the coastline. So here's a look. We do have a high pressure system in place. That's going to continue to stay that way throughout the day today. And any kind of fog that we do have will really just kind of stick to the coastline here. But for the most part, this is what we're looking at. A whole lot of sunshine, warm weather expected for your first day of summer. It's going to be pretty hot in some spots. Check it out. Take a look at the Inland Empire. 90s, 93 degrees for San Bernardino and Riverside, Moreno Valley, about 95. And take a look at Palm Springs, sweltering, 109. We're at 82 degrees in the afternoon for Anaheim, about 83 in Irvine. And as we head over to places like Northridge, San Fernando Valley, getting really hot in some of the Inland Valley locations, 95 degrees. Big difference from 76 in Santa Monica. But the coastline also warming up today. So we're bringing the temperatures up into the mid to upper 70s for the coast for your Saturday. Your entire weekend is going to stay dry. We're going to see ample amounts of sunshine, but for your Sunday, we could actually notice temperatures cooling down a bit, especially in the metro and the valley locations. But we're really going to keep this trend of 70s for the beaches, 80s in the metro areas, and the valleys will actually bring us 90s right through the weekend and into next week as well. Amy?
Thank you, Louisa. A high-tech delivery service for high-end guests. A Northern California hotel is delivering room service with a drone. Casa Madrona Hotel and Spa introduced the flying bellhop to its guests. Now, it delivers everything from treats to drinks, but the service isn't cheap. The drone only flies for guests staying in the mega luxury suite, which costs $10,000 a night. So just when is it appropriate to curse? The mayor of L.A. raised that question this week. Sylvia Lopez has that story and more in our Week in Review.
The mayor of Los Angeles was apparently very happy with the Kings winning the Stanley Cup. His colorful language raised some eyebrows. Rachel Kim reported on Monday.
There are two rules in politics. They say never, ever be pictured with a drink in your hand and never swear. But this is a big day. Way to go, guys.
The mayor, who is a Navy reservist, was cussing like a sailor on live television as thousands of fans gathered inside Staples Center to celebrate. Tonight, when asked about his words, Mayor Garcetti had this message.
You got to remember, we didn't win at lawn bowling. We won it in hockey. So kids out there, do not say what your mayor said today.
Some parents who were at Staples didn't appreciate Garcetti's comments.
He should have used more appropriate language. Yeah, there were a lot of kids in that arena. So I think he didn't make a very good choice.
On Tuesday, it was a difficult sight to see in the middle of this drought. A large water main burst open, sending thousands of gallons of water flowing into the streets of Burbank. Our Andrea Fujii was there.
It's now time to clean up after water gushed from a water main that broke at the Burbank Fire Training Facility. It spewed for at least 3 hours, causing about a 20-foot long by 20-foot deep sinkhole in the facility parking lot, flooding the Burbank Emergency Operations Center and classrooms. Dozens of neighbors took advantage of the deep runoff.
Like a little river flowing through the city of Burbank.
They had their boogie boards and they were surfing.
The Burbank fire captain says it's unclear why the main broke. Neighbors say it's unfortunate for this to happen during a drought.
You know, it kind of sucks that it was all that water, that we lost it.
Our Week in Review continues on Wednesday. It was sentencing day for a businessman who tried to have his wife killed. Randy Page was in the courtroom in downtown L.A.
It is a miracle and an act of God that I am alive today.
Monica Andrani stood before Superior Court Judge Lloyd Nash and offered an emotional statement before the sentencing of her ex-husband and father of her 2 children, Dino Guglielmelli, who admitted he tried to hire a hitman to kill her. Guglielmelli pleaded no contest to attempted murder after prosecutors produced a secretly recorded audio tape of conversations he had with the would-be hitman Richard Furman.
He was willing to take away the mother of his children because of his own problems with the divorce.
And on Thursday, our Crystal Cruz brought us the story of a petty theft that was anything but trivial to the victims. She reported from Barstow.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her.
When 23-year-old Brittany Brown of Barstow died of a rare liver disease in 2012, her mom, Karen, did something special with her daughter's ashes.
All the family members got a necklace, put ashes in it.
Destiny wears her necklace every year on the anniversary of her big sister, Brittany's death.
Like every now and then I'll think about her and I'll start crying because I miss my sister.
Another sister had a dragon necklace like this one. It also had ashes in it.
She had it on the rearview mirror.
The necklace was recently stolen out of the car.
It just feels like a part of me is gone, and someone took a piece of it and I would like her back, you know.
There's been a few car break-ins in this neighborhood, and according to the Barstow Police Department, this one is a little different because Karen's daughter left her car door unlocked.
She knows now to lock her car at all times for everything, but they consider it petty theft because it wasn't locked up.
It might be a petty theft to police, but the necklace is a pretty big deal to this mother who just wants it back where it belongs with their family.
On Friday, an unusual new report on wrinkles and which Southland residents are most likely to get them. Here's our Tom Waite.
Michelle Davis spells out the reasons why Riverside ranked at the top of the list for premature wrinkles. She knows firsthand how life's pressures can pile on.
Stress, craziness. I did the commute for 3 years from here to Torrance and Fullerton. It's crazy.
Unemployment can also bring on the wrinkles, according to the study. While sun exposure may be the most obvious cause of premature aging, it's just one factor, according to the study done by Rock Skincare and Sperling's Best Places. Riverside tops the list, in part because of its location.
It's hot, it's dry, it has a significant amount of pollution, and it has a long commute.
We spoke by Skype to Bert Sperling, the lead researcher on the study. He says researchers looked at existing data from across the country to figure out how lifestyle, employment, and things like pollution impact stress levels and how those factors affect skin. Rounding out the top 5 are New York, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and Baltimore.
Riverside rules! Riverside!
Whether Riverside belongs on this list seems to be up for debate.
And that's a look at the Week in Review. I'm Sylvia Lopez. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You're watching KCAL-9 News on this Saturday morning. We'll be right back.
Summertime and the living is easy this weekend at the Summer Home and Backyard Show at the Fairplex in Pomona, featuring everything from patios to pools, spas to barbecues, home improvement, plus free entertainment seminars, early bird gifts, and the admission is free.
One of the first things people notice about you is your smile. But if you're not confident about your teeth, bringing attention to your smile can make you uncomfortable. Invisalign can help. With a series of clear aligners that gradually straighten your teeth, Invisalign gives you the confidence of a great smile. And you can see the results in just a few months. Take the free smile assessment at Invisalign.com.
Oh, how was school today?
Good.
Hey, sweetie, did you spend all of your lunch money?
No, Dad.
Oh. What's going on? Oh, that's our early termination fee jar. We're saving up to break our contract someday.
But until then, we need to pay the extra fees for HD and data overages.
Not with a Time Warner cable bundle. Just call 1-855-WANT-TWC to switch. For starters, enjoy your favorite shows in HD with no extra fee.
Yeah, but what about data caps?
Nope, no data cap. Just call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask for yourself. You'll see.
But he chose to sign a long-term contract, and I don't want us to sign another one.
With a Time Warner cable bundle, there is no long-term contract to sign. And if you're in one, they can help you with the early termination fee when you switch.
Sounds good to me.
You make the call. Choose better.
Call today to get a bundle starting at $79.99 a month. Get HBO and Cinemax free for 3 months when you sign up. Just call or visit TWC.com today. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
The answer to treating your dog's fleas and ticks is staring you right in the face. NexGard from the makers of Frontline Plus. It's the only soft beef-flavored chew that kills both fleas and ticks. Vets recommend it, and dogs, well, they're begging for it. NexGard is for dogs only and hasn't been evaluated for use in pregnant, breeding, or lactating dogs. Reported side effects include vomiting, dry, flaky skin, diarrhea, lethargy, and lack of appetite. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures. Recommended by vets, loved by dogs. From the makers of Frontline Plus.
Summertime and the living is easy this weekend at the Summer Home and Backyard Show at the Fairplex in Pomona, featuring everything from patios to pools, spas to barbecues, home improvement, plus free entertainment seminars, early bird gifts, and the admission is free.
Our top stories this Saturday morning. More volunteers are joining the search for a firefighter missing for 8 days in Ventura County. Michael Herdman got lost after he left a campsite in the Los Padres National Forest to chase after his dog, Duke. Duke has been spotted twice, so authorities set a trap to capture the dog, hoping that the dog will lead them to Herdman. The man suspected of killing a woman in Pomona on Monday has apparently killed himself. Police say the suspect shot himself in the head when they caught up with him last night. The woman killed was 37-year-old Eloisa Lara of Claremont. A pilot and a passenger were seriously injured when their small plane crashed in Agua Dulce. The FAA says the single-engine Cessna 152 struck power lines before going down yesterday afternoon. 2 witnesses helped pull the victims out of the wreckage. And a lot of folks hopefully will be out enjoying the first day of summer today.
Yeah, that sun's going to be working for us. It's got the longest amount of sunshine in the year, and it's going to be pretty warm out there. Temperatures above average. But check out Long Beach. We are seeing a weak coastal eddy that brought us a little bit of fog and low cloud cover, but it's kind of sticking to more of those South Bay locations and just the coastal communities. The beaches will bring us mid to upper 70s, mid 80s for the metro areas, and mid 90s for the valleys today. Maybe cooling off a few degrees by Sunday.
It's okay.
Imagine coming home and finding an owl in your kitchen. That's what happened to Colton Wright, who posted this video on YouTube a couple of days ago. After 40 terrifying minutes and a serious staring contest, Wright was able to use that Swiffer to remove the intimidating intruder. Wright is now calling himself the Owl Whisperer, and we didn't show the part where he was screaming like a little girl when the owl was flying around.
I'm not sure what's more entertaining, the owl or the guy videoing the owl.
Exactly. I'm sure it was very scary at the time. I'm not making light of the experience.
Absolutely.
Thank goodness
Owls
for
are
that
terrifying. Thanks for watching KCAL 9 News this Saturday morning.
We're back again tomorrow. I hope you'll join us then. Enjoy the first day of summer out there.
This is Mary, a woman who loves to share her passions. Mary has atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. That puts her at a greater risk of stroke.
Rome? Sure.
Before Xarelto, Mary took warfarin, which required monthly trips to get her blood tested. But that's history.
Back to the museum? Not this time.
Now that her doctor switched her to once-a-day Xarelto, Mary can leave those monthly trips behind.
Domestic flight?
Not today.
Like warfarin, Xarelto was proven effective to reduce AFib-related stroke risk. But Xarelto is the first and only once-a-day prescription blood thinner for patients with AFib not caused by a heart valve problem that doesn't require regular blood monitoring. So Mary is free of that monitoring routine. For patients currently well managed on warfarin, there is limited information on how Xarelto and warfarin compare in reducing the risk of stroke. Xarelto is just 1 pill a day taken with the evening meal.
Spinach?
Grazie.
Plus, with no known dietary restrictions, Mary can eat the healthy food she likes. Don't stop taking Xarelto Rivaroxaban unless your doctor tells you to. While taking Xarelto, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer for bleeding to stop. Xarelto may increase your risk of bleeding if you take certain medicines. Xarelto can cause serious bleeding, and in rare cases may be fatal. Get help right away if you develop unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling. If you have had spinal anesthesia while on Xarelto, watch for back pain or any nerve or muscle-related signs or symptoms. Do not take Xarelto if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. Tell your doctor before all planned medical or dental procedures. Before starting Xarelto, tell your doctor about any conditions, such as kidney, liver, or bleeding problems. Switching to Xarelto was the right move for Mary. Ask your doctor about once-a-day Xarelto. No regular blood monitoring, no known dietary restrictions. For information and savings options, download the Xarelto Patient Center app, call 1-888-XARELTO, or visit GoXarelto.com.
Did she gamble away his birthday money? Next, People's Court.
The following paid presentation is brought to you by the Shark Steam and Spray Floor Cleaning System. You take pride in having a